Hi you guys, and welcome to episode number 2 of Baking with Miss Fernandez. Today, you can't see, but I'll hold up all the ingredients, but today we are going to be baking an apple pie. Miss Fernandez's mom loves apple pie, so we are going to bake her some. So what we're gonna need, I have my recipe right here, and we are going to need apples. We'll need 6 apples. We will need pie crusts. Now, you can make pie crusts from scratch, but Miss Fernandez isn't that good at baking, so we bought pie crust. Okay, you're gonna need sugar. You're gonna need flour. You're gonna need a little bit of salt, some lemon juice, some ground cinnamon, and some ground nutmeg. And that is all we're gonna need. So the first thing that we are gonna do is we are gonna wash our hands, which I've already done. The next thing that we're gonna do is we need to peel these apples and then cut them. So Miss Fernandez is gonna try it a couple different ways because I don't typically peel apples. So the first way I'm gonna try is by cutting the apple with an apple slicer. And then I'm gonna try and peeling them one at a time and seeing if I like doing it that way. Now I'm gonna let you know I have to use a sharp knife for this, so if you do this, you need to make sure mom, dad, cousin, uncle, a grown-up does this part because it's potentially very dangerous. Okay, so you're using a sharp knife. Now there are apple peelers also that you can use, but Miss Fernandez doesn't have them. So we're gonna peel these apples. All right, you guys, we have finished peeling our apples. So I figured out this way is quicker, and then we'll slice them up now. First, I'm going to get the trash can though, because I have apple peels everywhere. So we're gonna clean up our mess as we go. Okay, so I got my trash can. I'm going to clean up my mess as I go. Now, I have these 2 little pieces of apples left. I'm going to go and I'm gonna call my puppies over and I'm gonna give each of them a piece of an apple and I'll show you. Easy and Atticus, come here. Come here. You want an apple? Can y'all hear them? All right, here they are. Sit. Give Easy his apple. Atticus gets his. All right, thank you, boys. All right, so we've gotten our apple, whoops. We got our apple slices, our apples peeled. We gave puppies some apples, so now we can finish slicing them. Okay. All right, so I just put them in the apple slicer. And we're just gonna throw them in my big mixing bowl. Now, I've learned that you can use pretty much any type of apple you want. The recipe that I use, it calls for, which means it tells you to use Granny Smith apples, which are the green apples, but those are a little too sour for my family's taste. We love Honeycrisp apples. So, while some people might use Granny Smith, some people might use Delicious Red, which are the darker red apples, we will use Honeycrisp. They're our favorite apples. All right, so our apples are all in our bowl. They look amazing. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to unroll one of our pie crusts and put it in our pie pan. So each thing of pie crusts come with two because you have to have a bottom crust and then a top crust. So here, now remember, you could also make this homemade at home, but Miss Fernandez isn't that skilled of a baker yet. So here's one of my pie crusts, here's the other one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this. Whoop. And I'm going to unroll it onto my pie pan. So here's my crust. It smells kind of like bread, probably because it's a type of bread. All right, so we are going to unroll, and you see there's like a little peel here. You just peel that up, and then you have to carefully pull it apart. Just like that. So I'm gonna start putting it in my pan, and I'll move y'all down a little bit so y'all can see that. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna start putting it in my pan. You want to be careful with these crusts though, because they are very easy to rip and break. They're easy to put together too, but it does make it a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to put them in there. All right, I think we got it in nicely. There you go, look at that. Wow, we're bakers. Okay, so we're gonna set this off to the side. We're gonna go back to our bowl of apples. So the next thing that our recipe calls for is we're gonna put the rest of the filling ingredients in. So we have our apples. We need to put in 3/4 cup of sugar. So I'm gonna open my new bag of sugar because I used the rest of my sugar on our chocolate chip cookies last week. So I'm gonna fill this cup up to 3/4 of the way. It's about that much, oops. Okay, messes are made. All right, we're done with our sugar. The next thing I need is 2 tablespoons of flour. So just a little. If you remember last time, we used 3 whole cups of flour. Now we're just gonna use 2 of these little scoops, little tablespoons. 1, 2. We're good on flour. Okay, next thing we need is a tablespoon of lemon juice. Miss Fernandez typically likes to juice a lemon, an actual lemon, but I forgot to get a lemon at the grocery store. So luckily we have this. Tablespoon of lemon juice. Next we need, ooh, we're on teaspoon now. So we're done with our tablespoon and we're done with our cups. We need 3/4 of a teaspoon, which is this much, of ground cinnamon. Ground cinnamon smells so yummy. It's probably similar to vanilla though, where it doesn't quite taste as yummy unless it's mixed in with stuff. So I do not recommend tasting it on its own. After cinnamon, we're gonna do 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. So that much nutmeg. Ready? There we go. Amazing. And then we're gonna do the same amount, so 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. All right, and we're gonna pour that in. Easy enough. All right, so next thing that we're gonna do is we are going to blend them all together. We're gonna mix them all together. I'm just gonna use a big spoon to help me mix. I'm gonna show you that in just a minute. All right, you guys, so I am mixing my pie filling together. We're just gonna stir it around so it all gets some of that yumminess. Uh-oh, hold on, I got a puppy wanting an apple. All right, you guys, so our filling is ready to go. Nice and blended. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our filling in our pie pan. So I'm going to move you back down. I'm going to get our pie pan. Here it is. All right, I'm just going to pour our filling in. We might not use all of our filling because I might have made too much, but that's okay. We'll see how much we can get in. Oh, I think we'll be able to get it all. I say we make it work. What do y'all think? All right, so there's all of our apples, and now I'm just gonna move them around a little bit to fill in some of the spaces that aren't quite as full. Okay. This is a mighty big apple pie. All right. So next, we've put our filling in our pie. I'll show you all that. So here's our filling in the pie. It looks kind of yummy. I think it did pretty good. And the last thing that we are gonna do before we put it in the oven is we're gonna put our top crust on. So I'm gonna roll out my top crust. I'm actually gonna get a towel and wipe down my area because it's a little bit wet from the water from washing the apples. We're just gonna wipe this area down. And I'm actually gonna lay my pie crust out on my counter to start, just so that I can unroll it. I'm just gonna pull slightly. To where it's a circle, just like this. I'm gonna get my pie crust, or my pie, back over here. And I'm going to put it right on top. Just like that. Now I'm going to tuck it in the top to the bottom. So I'm gonna try and kind of connect them. Now this part is where bakers, professional bakers, can do it really pretty and make their pies look beautiful. Miss Fernandez just wants her pie to be edible, which means I want it to be tasty, something you can eat. I don't really care if it's beautiful. All right. So that's our pie. It has character. Now I need to cut in little slits or little holes into the top of the pie so that it can ventilate through. So we want to get some of that hot air from the oven inside of the pie. And we can't do that if it's all closed up. So I'm gonna do a little star. So that's what I did, those little slits. And then we're ready to put this pie in the oven. And we are gonna bake this pie at 425 degrees in our oven for 40 to 45 minutes. All right, so let's go put this in the oven. All right, you guys, so we have our pie. We're gonna put it in the oven. So our oven's at 425, which is really hot. Be careful. And then we're gonna set our timer. We're gonna set it for 42 minutes because it said between 40 and 45. And I'll see you in 42 minutes. All right, you guys, it's been a little more than halfway. Our pie's looking really yummy. About 20 minutes left. All right, you guys, here is our finished apple pie. I wish that y'all could smell through the YouTube channel because it smells so yummy. Let's look at it up close. Yummy, yummy. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.